In the riverside town of Okporo, Elder Tunde lived with his wife Amina, their children Femi and Shade, and a loyal but lazy dog called Debit. Their courtyard house had old clay tiles that glowed red at sunset and held the day's heat like a secret. 2 weeks after Tunde's younger brother, Uncle Oke, arrived, just for a short visit, the house began to change at night, long after lanterns were out. Something moved inside the ceiling, spoons in the rack shifted, a marble rolled somewhere above the sitting room. Dust fell softly in the children's room, over Tunde and Amina's bed. A wooden beam gave a small patient complaint, as if counting the hours the family stayed awake. Every morning turned into a sleepy meeting. Amina said, "There's a visitor in this house." Tunde answered, "A visitor who prefers the roof?" Deputy wagged its tail and fell back asleep, clearly trusting management to handle it. They checked doors and windows, all shut. The kitchen hatch was locked. The storehouse had no gap. By day, the roof looked innocent, bright as a picture in a roofing calendar. Still, the questions gathered like dust on the mat. Where does it come from? Why does it know every room? What exactly is it? Uncle Oke laughed it away. He told good stories at dinner and took long evening walks near the river. The house is only settling, he said. Old roof, new dream. But the family knew the difference between a roof that settles and a roof that works. Sleep grew thin, tempers grew short. Amina finally said, "We will find the door first. When we know the door, the face will not hide for long." The house looked innocent. Red clay tiles warm in the sun. The courtyard swept smooth. The kitchen door sitting proud on its hinge. Still, Amina said, "The answer is outside. Let's ask aloud." They walked the compound slowly. Elder Tunde noticed 4 quiet tools. A neem branch leaned towards the roof like a friendly arm. The yam rack beneath it made tiny steps. A tall bamboo cloth pole stood beside a ground ring chain that guided rain into a drum. At the roof ridge, one cap tile had slipped, leaving a small gap between tiles. "That is a staircase," Amina said, "for something small and sure-footed." They decided to test their guess with simple real things. Tunde folded a strip of old newspaper, laid it lightly over the ridge gap, and pinned it with 2 toothpick-sized sticks. "If anything squeezes through," he said, "we'll see the tear and bite marks." Amina rubbed kitchen soap from the cooking pot onto a piece of cardboard and slid it under the ceiling hatch to make a mat. "If anything walks this way, it will write with its feet." Femi set his old phone on a stool, camera facing the new branch and rain chain, recording on airplane mode through the night. "If something climbs," he said, "morning will show it." Shade tied 2 thin strips of nylon bag to the ground rain chain. If something brushes past, they will twist. Before dawn, they checked. At the roof ridge, the newspaper seal was chewed in a half-moon pattern, with tiny teeth marks and a neat hole the size of a thumb. Short grey hairs clung to the paper. Under the hatch, the surfboard showed a straight little stone, 4-toed prints across the beam. A pause, then a hop towards the wall. They were clean, sharp, and small. On the rain chain, Shade's nylon flags were twisted in opposite directions, like little hands that had waved in the night. On Femi's phone, the night video revealed the shape they needed. A rat ran along the new branch, used the yam rack like a ladder, slid down the bamboo pole, then climbed the ground rain chain with tiny confidence. It disappeared at the ridge gap. A minute later, a faint shake of singing birds passed over the sitting room. Amina nodded once. So a rat, a bold one, it knows a house like a map. Tunde tied the slipped cap tile back with wire and clay and trimmed the lowest limb branch. They set a humane basket trap in the roof space near the hatch. Rumi gently baited with yam peel just to confirm. The basket stayed empty and light, but the soot board still showed fresh, clever prints. The rat had simply chosen the second row. It was careful, it was smart, it was not a ghost. Femi felt proud and annoyed at the same time. So it's a rat. But whose timing is this? Why does he walk mostly over the spare room? Shade folded her arms, a rat with manners and a schedule. Deputy the dog sat facing the roof, ears forward as if he too had questions that did not yet have names. They now knew what moved the whole thing and how it entered. They still didn't know why it knew the house so well. They agreed to watch without noise. No traps, no shouting, just eyes and patience. Tunde slipped 2 chairs to the corridor and switched every light off except a small lantern near the ceiling arch. Amina placed the bowl of water on the floor to watch reflections. Femi set his phone again, this time facing the hatch. Shade and Deputy sat together. Deputy wore his serious face, the one he used when he sat past the gate. Near the last quiet hour before dawn, a soft shift moved through the roof. The newspaper seal at the ridge rustled. Something crept along the tiles, found the gap again, and slipped inside. The hatchwood gave a sigh. 2 bright eyes appeared. Measuring the dark, the rat stepped onto the grill, sleek, grey, confident. It paused and then dropped into the corridor with the neatness of someone who knew the house. It moved towards the spare room door. For a heartbeat, nobody said a word. Then a strange thing happened. The rat's back lifted like a slow wave. Its body lengthened, then gathered itself again, as if changing its mind. The tail narrowed, the whiskers drew back, the shape stretched quietly like a lamp with a What stood on the mat in immense letter was not a rat. It was Uncle Oke, kneeling, hands moved slow, just rising and falling like someone who had run a short race inside a long night. He lifted his eyes and saw them all. Tunde steady, Amina unblinking, the children holding hands. Deputy standing without a sound. He did not run. He did not joke. He only reached for the door frame to steady himself and said in a voice without truth, "I can explain." Tunde nodded once. "You will." Amina pointed to the sitting room. "Bring your explanation to the chair." They walked together, not touching, not shouting, only carrying the truth like a heavy bowl that was not still. On the floor, the bowl of water showed their reflections as they moved. 4 faces, 1 house, and a roof that had finally stopped